Okay, so good morning, students. Good morning, everyone. Please confirm that my voice is clear and you can hear me, and the screen is also visible to you all. Please confirm. Good morning, everyone. Please confirm. Okay, I think everything is fine, right? Okay. Good morning, Abhi. Okay, clear and visible. Great. Okay. So I think everything is fine, right? We can start with the class. So first of all, I welcome you all to live class batch of NABARD Grade A 2026. Now we know 2025 recruitment cycle has been already over, like phase 2 is already done. Now only interview is left, right? So students, see, if you are targeting 2026 cycle of this examination, it is very, very important. Not for this examination, for any examination, if you're targeting in general any examination, it's very important that you should start your preparation at right time, right? It should not be like it should not be the case that when you are waiting for the notification to come and then you are starting a preparation, right? Always see, this class is going to be like I'm going to take a orientation session, for the students who have joined us through YouTube so that they can understand the importance of these classes, and then I'll be covering your chapter 1. But before that, I wanted to tell you few things, okay, that might motivate you to be consistent throughout these classes, right? So I was saying that whenever you prepare for any examination, it's very, very important that you should start preparing at right time. Because see, if you will wait for the notification, after notification, there will be several other students who will be coming to the competition, okay, along with you. And if you start right now, you will be way ahead from those students. And let me be very honest, students, it's not like this examination is very easy to crack, okay? People have given multiple attempts and then they have cracked this examination. Okay, so don't think like कि quant रीजनिंग इंग्लिश तो इजी आता है ना, नॉन मेरिट सेक्शन का पार्ट है, थोड़ा एआरडी देख लेंगे. फॉर एग्रीकल्चर स्टूडेंट्स की चलो हमें थोड़ा करंट अफेयर और ये सा ही पढ़ना है. Do not take anything lightly. This examination, it's not an easy examination. I have been talking to so many students for 2025 cycle also. There were so many students who connected with me, who prepared very well, who were very well prepared for this examination, but still they are doubtful now. Means a few could clear phase 1 and come to phase 2, but still many could not clear it. Only few were the number was very few who can come to phase 2. Now that number will decline, or that number will again reduce, who will be going for the interview, right? So my point is that this examination is not a very, I would say, very easy examination. You require proper preparation. You need to devote proper time to this exam, okay? Make sure that you are, whatever you are reading, read it properly, okay? Everything that you read in static portion, be it your ESI or be it your ARD, try to correlate it with the current affair, right? And try to prepare for the descriptive answer writing, which is your main part, when you are preparing for the phase 1 only, okay? Some part of your descriptive answer writing can be covered while you're preparing for your phase 1 examination. And see, students, right now it's starting of February, right? So if we expect like for 2025, we have seen notification was delayed, right? But if we expect for 2026, okay, there will be timely notification. So you can expect in September, phase 1 will be conducted, okay, usually, which has been seen from the previous 4 5 years. Okay, during your first week or second week of September, phase 1 is generally conducted, right? So right now we are in February, so you are starting at very good time, right? So it's a very good time to start. And one more thing I would like to add here, that when when you have time, and like what you can do right now, you can at least prepare your static subject very well, right? Like ARD static, ESI static, you can prepare the subject, and at the end what will happen, you will just need to revise them, right? Uh, ARD in itself is a very vast subject. You might have seen that there are 18 chapters. Okay, in these 18 chapters, you have multiple concept notes, multiple concept videos. Okay, and it's very important that you understand the concept also, because when we see the questions that are asked in the examination, they are not just direct factual, or they are not just direct based on the facts or concepts that you read. They are application based also, right? So if you need to understand the concept very well, so that you can apply that concept and solve such kind of questions. Okay, I request everyone, please do not write on the screen. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so that's what I would okay, so that is the, that is just a brief introduction to you, that why these live classes are important, why you should start preparing right now, and what is the importance of preparing right now. See, when you have enough time now, you can, cover all the static subject. You will have sufficient time for the revision part later on. And when you reach to the later part of the examination, or later part of the year, when your phase one is near, you will have you will have to cover more, you will have to look for or you will have to read more current affairs stuff, right? So current affair schemes and all those things become very important at that point of time, right? So yes, so that your current affair part become important during the later part of your preparation, but right now you can at least cover your static part completely, right? So today is just a orientation class, and I'll be okay. So there are people who are watching on YouTube this class, so I'll want to inform them that these are some demo classes that has been given for the demo purpose on YouTube for free, right? All other classes will be taken on your course itself. Okay. Uh, so just students, please do not write anything on screen. Okay, let's begin, right? So yes, as I have told you that I'll be taking a small session on orientation of these particular classes that we are going to conduct in this particular batch, and then we are going to cover your first chapter, that is introduction to agriculture, which is very factual based co- chapter, and means there is nothing to understand much here. But yeah, I'll be giving you a brief introduction: what is agriculture, what are different branches of agriculture, and different revolution, a bit about history, different agriculture research institutes, right? And the people who have contributed in agriculture. So yeah, we'll be covering all these things in this particular chapter, right? Yeah, one more thing before starting these classes, I would like to request you all that whatever we read in the class, like today, whatever you are going to read in chapter one, I request you to please revise that thing on the very same day, okay? So that you can be you can on you can timely cover your summary sheet or the concept notes as well. Now, if you are watching these classes, I request you to please go through summary sheet. Means summary sheet will be enough to understand if you do not have time to read all the concept notes, right? And I'm going to highlight few things throughout the session whenever we'll be taking any topic, ki what is the importance of that topic in your examination and how you should approach that particular topic. Because in agriculture, when we see, agriculture is very core subject, and it's, you know, the depth can vary. Like few topics you need to read in very good depth, and in few topics you just need to understand the concept. So I'm going to tell you everything, like how to approach every topic, what is the importance of each and every topic in your examination. Okay, so yes, let's start with the orientation first. So students, see, what is this orientation? Let me tell you. Orientation is just about the importance of these classes. Okay. Now, you are not, you are not kids. I would say you are not people who you know what you are doing, right? You know, you are preparing for a good competitive examination. So basically, in this orientation, I am giving you a what we'll say, briefly. I'll be explaining you why these classes are important. Okay, how these classes will be helpful for your preparation of phase one as well as phase two, and how we'll be ensuring that we timely cover all your classes and all, right? So yes, starting with your phase one. So if we know, NABARD pattern is that you will have to give phase one. You have to clear phase one basically. Then you will be called for phase two, which is your mains examination, right? Then in your mains, there will be few tests that you will have to give, and then you will call for the interview. Now, students, phase one, you can see in phase one we have 8 subjects. Okay, so in phase one, we have 8 subjects that are tested by NABARD, right? So among these 8 subjects, it's not like you have to read all these 8 subjects very well, okay? What I mean by saying that, like subjects like your reasoning, English, I don't know what is the issue here. Okay, subject like reasoning, English, computer, quantitative aptitude, and decision making. These 5 subjects. Okay, guys, please stop writing on the screen. Just give me a second, okay? Okay, I think now it would be fine. I have disabled you from writing anything on the screen. So, okay. So I was here. Okay. So for phase one, there are 5 subjects which are part of your non-merit section. So non-merit section means in these subjects, which is reasoning, English, computer knowledge, quantitative aptitude, and decision making. In these subject, you need to clear just minimum cutoff. Okay. You just need to clear the minimum cutoff. What is the meaning of minimum cutoff here? So students, basically, like if the minimum cutoff of reasoning is just 3, okay, for any particular year, like for 2025, still the individual marks are not out for each subject. But yes, like for example, if in 2025, for reasoning, minimum cutoff is 3. For quants, your minimum cutoff is 4. For English, minimum cutoff is 12. For decision making, minimum cutoff is 3. And for computer, the minimum cutoff is 4. These are just example I'm giving you. So what you are required that you should at least score 3 marks, minimum 3 marks in reasoning, 4 in quants, minimum similarly 12 in English, 3 in decision making, and 4 in computer knowledge, right? So this is the minimum cutoff that is required from you to clear from these subjects. Now, if you do not, if you are not able to clear the cutoff of any one of these subject, you will be not clearing phase one. Okay, so you need to clear minimum cutoff of all these subjects. Now, coming to the merit section. So, students, merit section is your general awareness, ESI and ARD. So, why this is called merit section? Or basically, This is your merit section, right? So this is merit section because your the first thing required is that you need to clear the minimum cutoff of these five subjects. Second thing required is that out of this merit section, which is your general awareness, ESI and ARD, you need to clear the minimum cutoff as well as overall cutoff. Now, what does that means? Like for example, if general awareness के लिए 2025 में minimum cutoff is 4 for say, right? For ESI, if it is 6 for say, and for agriculture, if it is 8, right? So you need minimum marks 4 in general awareness, minimum 6 marks in ESI, minimum 8 marks in ARD. But if you score this much, that will not be sufficient in this case, because there will be a overall cutoff of this merit section. Like this is of 100 marks. This merit section is 100 marks, right? So for example, if overall cutoff out of this 100 marks is 45, so you need to score 45 marks out of your GA, ESI, ARD along with clearing the minimum cutoff of each subject. Clear? So that is the challenge here. Ki, see students, if you if you can score 45, like for example, if you can score 45 just from the ESI and ARD. In GA, if you are not able to score minimum 4 marks, you just score 2 marks. Again, you will be not qualified for the mains. Okay? So that is the thing here. You need to understand what is the actual pattern of examination. Now students, see, if you will see phase 1, there is a challenge. There are multiple challenge. First of all, what are the challenge? Like if we see, the total time is 2 hours, that is 120 minutes, right? Now in this 120 minutes you need to solve 200 questions, right? Now here you need to make sure that you are clearing minimum cutoff of all the subjects. Along with that, you need to see that from GA, ESI and ARD, you are attempting sufficient questions so that you can clear the overall cutoff of phase 1, right? So time management, I would say, is the biggest challenge in your phase 1. Okay, so what you need to do, guys, whenever you are done reading for your phase 1, whenever you are done reading for your phase 1 examination, please do attempt mock test, right? Mock test will help you understand that how you need to distribute your time, right? How much time you need to give to your merit section, how much time you need to allocate to your quants and reasoning, and rest how much time should be left with you to complete your English, quants and decision making, English, computer knowledge and decision making, right? So it's very, very important that for phase 1, you need to understand that time management. Okay, also presence of mind here. See, if in quants you have like for example, you have 20 minutes left. Okay, if in quants you are taking so much time to solve questions, again, that will kill your time. You will not have sufficient time to go to the next section. So students, all I'm saying here is, for phase 1, you need to you need to practice more how to manage time in your examination once you are done reading all these subjects. Okay, and that you can do by attempting mock test, as many mock tests as you can, because attempt as many mock tests as you can, because that will help you understand how you should approach this particular exam, how you should approach this particular phase of NABARD Grade A examination. Okay, and how much time you should allocate to different sections. Okay, also it will help you understand कि, okay, in subject like quants and reasoning, where you need to solve questions where accuracy will also matter, right? So what is your I would say ki, like how much time you are giving for solving one question for quants and reasoning. Again, how much accurate you are in solving these questions. So it's very important that you understand all these things, and accordingly, see, why I'm taking this orientation classes, students, why it is important to take, because you should be prepared that what you are going to do or how your examination is going to happen. It's not like just you read all the subjects, okay, I know how to solve questions of quants, reasoning and everything. You should prepare according to the examination. Okay, it should not be like that you are just reading subjects. You should read, prepare yourself as per the exam requirement. ठीक है. So that is about your phase 1. Now coming to phase 2. Okay, coming to my subject of phase 1, first of all I'll tell you about the weightage of ARD in phase 1 and how this ARD static is going to be in your phase 1 examination, or in general I would say what is the weightage of ARD static in phase 1, right? So if I see here, out of your out of for out of 100 marks, 40 marks is allocated to your ARD section, right? So 40% questions will come from ARD. Now this ARD section is divided into two parts, which is static and current. Okay, so what is the meaning of static and current ARD, students? See, in static part, you are required to understand the static concept that are related to agriculture and rural development. Okay, static concept, for example, like what is organic farming? Like, so you should know what is the meaning of organic farming. What things do you use in organic farming? What things you avoid in organic farming? So this is something like which is static. Like, what is the meaning of cropping system? Static thing, right? What do you understand by agroforestry? Right, static concept. But this is the static concept, and next we have is the current. Like if I talk about, we were discussing static thing, like what is organic farming is something which is static part of agriculture. But if you are asked like what percentage in India, what percentage land in India is under organic farming, or how many farmers in India are doing organic farming in India, right? So this is your current related to that static concept. Students, why I'm talking about all these things? See, student, whenever you are reading static, please also, whenever you are reading static and current, do not take them separately. Okay, current them, I mean, the integrate whatever current affair you are reading, try to relate it with your static concept. Also, whatever static you are reading, try to understand the current status or current thing about that particular thing, right? So this is the static and current ARD. And students, if I talk about weightage, so weightage in examination, इन योर फेज 1 स्पेसिफिकली, स्टैटिक का वेटेज जाता है, ठीक है? स्टैटिक एआरडी का वेटेज ज्यादा रहता है, करंट का थोड़ा सा कम रहता है. आई वुड से 30 क्वेश्चंस आर फ्रॉम स्टैटिक एंड 10 क्वेश्चन विल बी फ्रॉम द करंट अफेयर. And yeah, this is the weightage of static. So what you can do right now, as you have started so early, so what you can do, you can prepare your static part very well, so that at the end you just need to revise those things, right? And at the end you have sufficient time to focus on current affair part. So this is the weightage of ARD static that we are going to cover in my class as well as in Diksha ma'am class, right? Chalo, coming to the phase 2. Now, once you clear the minimum cutoff of phase 1, you will be called for phase 2. Now, students, phase 2 is, I would say, the most important part of this particular examination. Phase 1 is just a clearing examination. यहाँ पे screening होती है, okay? This is just a screening exam. Coming to phase 2. Now, in phase 2, the biggest challenge is that in phase 2, you will not only have objective, but also you will have descriptive type questions. So there are two paper of phase 2, phase 1 and paper 1 and paper 2. In paper 1, you will be tested, you will be given questions from general English. Now this will be online descriptive test, and there will be 3 questions. Now these 3 questions can be essay writing, pressy writing and letter writing. You need to, you will be asked to write essay on any particular topic. You can be asked to write letter, you can be asked to write pressy. So there will be 3 questions of 100 marks. Okay, now please students, don't take this particular thing very lightly. You can see general English. For general English, yeah, for general English, like you, okay, so coming to general English, so this is paper 1, right? So uh, in this particular section, you are required to write complete essay, and this is online descriptive. First of all, that you need to type it. Okay, there is not you will be not given any pen or paper. There will be not physical writing. Rather, you need to type it on the system, or whenever you reach your, means whatever system is provided to you in the examination center, right? So आपकी यहाँ पे typing speed matter करेगी. Also, this is the test of general English. Your grammatical errors will matter. Okay, your punctuations will matter. Everything, right? What is the quality of your essay, that will also affect your marks here, right? Very, very important, students. And you can see 100 marks of your phase 2 paper is from the general English part, right? So 90-minute duration will be there. So you need to write your essay, précis, and letter within this 90 minutes. So that also you need to practice beforehand, before going to the examination, right? So yeah, this is about your paper one. Then we have paper two. So students, if you apply for the generalist post, then you will get paper two from ESI and ARD. Rest, if you are applying from the specialist post, like for example, you applied for the specialist post for agriculture, then here will in paper 2 you will not get questions from ESI, you will only get questions from agriculture, okay, or any other specific post. So you will get a subject specific paper. If you have applied from the generalist post, then you will get the paper for your ESI and ERT, right? So again, this particular paper consists of your objective and descriptive type, right? There will be 30 questions of objective from both ESI ARD of 50 marks. And then there will be 6 questions from descriptive from which you will have to type 4 answers. There will be 6 questions given, in which 2 will be compulsory, and there will be option, there will be option in rest 4. So 2 questions will be compulsory, then there will be 2 questions given, in which you will be given options either or, okay, and then again there will be 2 questions where you will be given options, right? So 4 answers you will have to type here in your paper 2 of ESI and ARD, and again you will be provided 90 minutes for that. And this is something also that you need to practice before your phase 1, I would say, along with your phase 1 preparation. Okay, it's not like that descriptive answer writing or this typing will come after phase 1. Okay, देखो integrated, I would suggest try to do integrated preparation of phase 1 and phase 2 as well. Now whatever chapter we will be covering throughout these classes, like for example if we cover farming system chapter, so whatever descriptive material is provided to you, please go through that descriptive material. Also simultaneously, okay, also simultaneously try to read current affair, so that you can type quality answer, right? You can provide some context of current affair. Otherwise in agriculture, see, your descriptive answer writing is mostly static based for agriculture part. But yeah, again you need to have some you need to provide some context of schemes and programs and portals and any advanced technology that is there for agriculture. So yeah, you need to read current अफेयर भी पढ़ो और उसको इंटीग्रेट करते चलो अपने स्टैटिक से, और इन दोनों को लेके अपने अच्छे क्वालिटी डिस्क्रिप्टिव आंसर राइटिंग की प्रैक्टिस करो, ठीक है? तो ये आपने करना है थ्रू आउट दी सेशन whenever we will be covering any chapter. Clear? So yeah, this is about your phase 1, phase 2. Talking about like why it is important for you to take these classes. Okay, so first is the comprehensive coverage. Okay, students, now when you will do self study, like there will be, usually we provide classes, but these classes are provided to you after the notification is released, right? So what happened after the notification? You also do not have sufficient time. आपके पास भी ज्यादा टाइम नहीं रहता है, right? और आपको एक दिन में बहुत सारा, wait, okay, so you do not have sufficient time, and also you need to cover so many subjects with that limited time. तो अभी अगर आप स्टार्ट करते हो, you have sufficient time to comprehensively cover all the subjects, right? उस टाइम पे क्या होता है, नोटिफिकेशन के बाद students come and ask us like what are the important chapters, just tell us about the important chapter. We do not have time, so हम important chapters ही पढ़ेंगे, right? So yeah, that is the scenario once the notification is released. So if you start right now, students, so आपके पास sufficient time है to comprehensively cover all the subjects, right? And you will have sufficient time to cover your current affair and all these things. Okay, now these classes are going to be live, so you can resolve all your doubt with through, yeah, you can resolve all your doubt in the live session. Okay, you can ask your queries. I can see few queries in the chat section right now, but students, see, we'll first cover the session and then I'll take your queries. Okay, no issues. At the end, one by one, each day I'll be taking your query, so don't worry about that. So yeah, you will be getting comprehensive coverage. There will be live doubt resolution. So yeah, you can come to the session, you can ask your doubts, queries, and we can solve them, right? Then you are getting exam oriented study, right? देखो, अब कोर्स लेने से ही जरूरी नहीं है कि आपने कोर्स ले लिया तो हाँ, आप अब पढ़ने लग जाओगे, राइट। बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस होते हैं। सबसे पहले तो ये होता है कि अगर हमारे पास टाइम ज्यादा होता है तो कंसिस्टेंसी भी एक चैलेंज हो जाता है, राइट। तो ये भी होता है कि लाइक अब आप सेल्फ स्टडी करोगे तो क्या आप एग्जाम ओरिएंटेशन स्टडी कर रहे हो या नहीं कर रहे हो, राइट। तो बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस हो जाते हैं, तो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप एग्जाम के हिसाब से पढ़ो। मैंने जैसे पहले भी बताया कि आप प्लीज एग्जाम के पैटर्न को ध्यान में रखो और उस हिसाब से आप पढ़ो। देखो क्या प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस हैं, क्या टॉपिक्स है, क्या इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स हैं, ओके, किस टॉपिक को कितना कॉम्प्रिहेंसिवली कवर करना चाहिए, राइट। सो दैट ऑल यू need to understand and you are getting all these things through these classes. And also students, very important thing that your entire syllabus will be covered before examination. So at the end you will have sufficient time for revision, giving mock test, giving test, solving test series and all these things. So yeah, ठीक है. This is about your orientation part. Now students, I request you to please wait for a minute. I'll be showing you the schedule of the classes, so that all those students who have joined us through YouTube also can understand that how we are going to do all these things, right? So just give me a minute. Okay, so I think I was on the mute. So students, that was the schedule that I showed you, right? So there, all you would have seen that all classes schedule are there. Like you will be getting classes for all the subject ARD, ESI, descriptive English, descriptive answer writing. All things are provided to you. Also students, I'm telling you, you are getting the classes of non-merit section also, right? So there will be few classes given on YouTube from today onward, I think, for reasoning, for the demo purpose. So yeah, you can watch those classes and you can accordingly decide, those who have not yet enrolled for this course. Okay, so now coming to my subject, that is agriculture and rural development, right? So this is my question to you. Now, first we should know why we are reading this subject. Okay? Uh, so why should be clear to us? So yes, this is my question to all of you who have come to the session. So why does NABARD care if you know about agriculture or not? So can anybody give me the answer in the chat section or in the comment section on YouTube? Anybody? So what do you think? Why you are required to read this subject? ठीक है, why NABARD wants to know you about agriculture, और why NABARD want in general कि आपको एग्रीकल्चर पढ़नी चाहिए या आपको एग्रीकल्चर के बारे में पता होना चाहिए, राइट? So what is your say on that? Please write on the comment section because this is very important, ठीक है? Because you are preparing for this examination, you should know why you are reading this subject so that you can better understand, right? What is the importance of this particular subject when you clear this examination, right? Okay, so someone saying because it deals with agriculture, NABARD is agriculture institute. Yes, due to It is bank that provide resource for rural agriculture, and also about it's in and out, okay, to strengthen rural development, financial status, to solve agriculture problem in India. Okay, ठीक है. See, everybody, so all the answer you are saying, कि yeah, that is correct. NABARD is the institute dealing with agriculture and rural development, right? Now, yeah, very good. देखो, NABARD, that is very true कि NABARD is dealing with agriculture and rural development. But why you need to read this subject? ठीक है? You are preparing for this examination. Why you are required to? आपको क्यों जरूरत है इस सब्जेक्ट को पढ़ने की? ठीक है? Can anybody give me the answer? Ki why you are required? Why NABARD want that you read this subject, you qualify the test of this subject, and then come in our institute? Yes, very good. See, students, because ultimately, see, it's not just about clearing the test. Okay, agriculture that you read here is not it just about that you need to clear this particular exam and you want that job. It's because when you clear the examination, when you become the assistant manager, you will be sitting in the regional offices of NABARD and you will be formulating policies, you will be making the policies and programs for the agriculture and rural development. So it's very, very important that the person who is making policies and programs for the for this agriculture sector should know the basics and course and some concepts of agriculture, should know at least the basics of agriculture, right? Very good. Yes, now you have given the answer. Okay, like you can help in understanding or you can help in implementing the policies, right? Yes, having holistic knowledge and understanding the grassroots problem and everything. So yes, so that is why NABARD wants you to read this subject. Clear? So now students, if our why is clear, okay? Okay. Pratiksha, see, the actual work of NABARD grade A officer is that you need to, I would say in brief, that you need to understand the problem first of rural community, or in general, what is the problems of farmers or the people who are residing in the rural area. And based on these problems, to solve these problems, you need to make programs and policies. So that is the actual work. Okay, you need to understand if you are if any program or policy is suggested to you, so you need to take care of that. You need to analyze it कि how much it is going to impact the rural community जिसके लिए प्रोग्राम पॉलिसीज बन रही है, क्या वो उसको एक्चुअल फायदा करने वाली है या नहीं करने वाली है. यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड प्रोज एंड कॉन, यू हैव टू सी इन डिटेल. ठीक है, आपको रिपोर्ट्स बनानी पड़ेंगी on any programs and policies that government want to implement for the rural society. ठीक है, so all these work is of NABARD. Basically आपका work रहेगा जितनी भी programs, policies and schemes implement होती है agriculture and rural development से related, फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस प्रोवाइड कराने से लेके जितनी भी चीजें आप फार्मर डेवलपमेंट से रिलेटेड आप पढ़ोगे, ओके, अपने करंट अफेयर में, सो वहां पे नाबार्ड कम इनटू प्ले, राइट? Okay, let's not go into the profile and salary and everything, because right now, see, we are in the preparation mode. ठीक है, जब there are sufficient videos on YouTube, like what is the life of NABARD grade A officer, in hand salary and everything. You can just go and watch those videos to get that motivation. But yeah, right now, let's come to the subject. So subject is agriculture, and I'm telling you, I have told you, they like, see, students, there are two types of students who apply for this examination. If you have agriculture background, then that is self-understood, okay, कि आपका technical background है agriculture, you know about this subject. But if you do not have that agriculture background, still NABARD wants you to read about agriculture so that you have some basic idea कि agriculture actually में होता क्या है, and then you can solve real life problem, right? चलो, with that, let's start our first chapter. I hope now you are clear that why you are reading this subject. Okay, not just to clear the exam, but also later on it will help you understand agriculture better way, in a better way, when you will join NABARD as a assistant manager, right? चलो, let's start with our first chapter, which is Introduction to Agriculture. Now, students, coming to this particular chapter, let me tell you what is the importance of this chapter in the examination first, and how you need to proceed this chapter. Coming to the importance, this is a very short chapter. I would say there are only few things that you need to learn from these chapters. This particular chapter is completely fact based. Okay, it is a factual chapter. So you are required to learn these facts only. Okay, now it will be not possible for you to learn all these things today only. Like, you will need multiple revision for a few important things that I'm going to tell you कि जो आपको कवर करनी ही करनी है इस पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर से. ठीक है, देर आर सेवरल थिंग दैट यू कैन कीप एज लो प्रायोरिटी, बिकॉज वहां पे आपके चांसेस जो हैं एग्जामिनेशन में पूछे जाने के वो थोड़े से कम रहते हैं. ठीक है, चलो. Okay, so shall we start? I think, yeah, we are good to go. So yes, coming to what is agriculture, right? So ये agriculture है क्या? That is the first thing that we need to understand. So students, this agriculture जो term है, that has been derived from a Latin word. Okay, that is ager and culture. So ager is basically land, ager is land or soil, and culture is cultivation. So whenever we are doing, or whenever in, or we can say whenever when we are utilizing a piece of land for doing the cultivation or culturing anything, that is agriculture. ठीक है, so whenever a land or a piece of land is brought under cultivation, ठीक है, that is known as agriculture. Clear? So this is the meaning of this term agriculture. So you need to learn here that it has been derived from Latin word ager, which is land, which means land or soil, and culture is cultivation. So when we are cultivating any piece of land or part of soil, that is known as agriculture. ठीक है, चलो. Coming to agriculture sectors, so in general, students, what we see or what we think कि agriculture is just about crop production. So is it just about crop production? No, right? Because when we see the animal husbandry is also part of agriculture. Fisheries is also part of your agriculture. Forestry is also part of your agriculture. Okay, so these are the different sectors of agriculture. It's not just crop production. Mushroom production is part of agriculture. Bee cultivation is part of agriculture. Okay, sericulture is part of agriculture. So it's not just about growing crop. What I'm trying to say here, agriculture is a umbrella term. Okay, it's not just related to crop production, क्योंकि usually हम क्या सोचते हैं, agriculture मतलब क्रॉप्स उगाना, और just grow crops, या फिर grow fruits and vegetables and all in general, right? But animal husbandry is also part of agriculture. Forestry is also part of agriculture. Fisheries is also part of agriculture. Along with this, there are several other sectors which comes under agriculture. ठीक है? So these all things comes under agriculture. Now students, let's understand the definition of agriculture कि actual जो definition है वो क्या है agriculture की. तो students, agriculture की अगर हम जब definition देखते हैं, it is called as science, art and business of growing crop and rearing livestock. ठीक है, so agriculture is considered as science, art and business of growing crops and rearing livestock. Why it is called science, art and business? Let us understand that now. देखो स्टूडेंट्स, एग्रीकल्चर एक साइंटिफिक स्टडी है. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई भी इजीली क्रॉप्स ग्रो कर सकता है, या फिर आप बिना साइंटिफिक स्टडी किए कि हाउ दीज क्रॉप्स आर ग्रोइंग, ऑन विच फैक्टर द ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट ऑफ क्रॉप्स आर डिपेंडेंट. ठीक है, कौन से क्लाइमेटिक फैक्टर्स हैं दैट आर अफेक्टिंग द ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द प्लांट एंड हाउ दे आर अफेक्टिंग. इन सब चीजों को जानने बिना यू कैन नॉट डू एग्रीकल्चर, आई वुड से, और यू कैन नॉट एक्सपेक्ट गुड प्रोडक्शन. क्योंकि देखो स्टूडेंट्स, व्हेन वी सी, ठीक है, एग्जांपल लेते हैं कि कोई एक किसान है, वो एक रूरल एरिया में है, राइट, और अभी तक वहां पे दे आर डूइंग एग्रीकल्चर, बट दे आर डूइंग एग्रीकल्चर फ्रॉम एज पर द ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज, और जो ट्रेडिशनल चीजें हैं या फिर ट्रेडिशनल टेक्निक्स है, उसी तरीके से वो एग्रीकल्चर कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। नाउ we'll take example of two farmers. There is farmer A, there is farmer B, ठीक है। अब जो फार्मर ए है, ठीक है, ये रूरल एरियाज में रहते हैं, और जो फार्मर बी है ये अर्बन एरियाज में रहते हैं। जो फार्मर ए है, ठीक है, इनके पास ज्यादा टूल्स नहीं है, टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं है, नॉलेज नहीं है, आई वुड से, ठीक है, टू डू साइंटिफिक एग्रीकल्चर। बट फार्मर बी के पास, फार्मर बी नोज what is the science behind doing things, ठीक है, what is the importance of using new technologies or implements, ठीक है, all this knowledge is with this farmer B, so the ultimate yield, ठीक है, अल्टीमेट ईल्ड किसकी ज्यादा होगी? ऑब्वियसली फार्मर बी की ज्यादा होगी, ठीक है, क्योंकि वो साइंटिफिक तरीके से एग्रीकल्चर को कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। फार्मर ए की ईल्ड कम होगी। तो दैट्स वाई स्टूडेंट, जो इंडिया में प्रॉब्लम है ना, इंडिया में प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि लैंड साइजेस, जो एवरेज लैंड होल्डिंग है, यू विल सी इट इज वेरी लेस, ठीक है, एवरेज लैंड होल्डिंग इज वेरी लेस विद मेजोरिटी ऑफ फार्मर्स। तो जब लैंड होल्डिंग कम होती है, तो फार्मर्स के पास, आई वुड से, कि फार्मर जो है यूजुअली रिलाई करते हैं अपने ट्रेडिशनल मेथड ऑफ ग्रोइंग क्रॉप्स। उससे क्या होता है, प्रोडक्टिविटी एंड प्रोडक्शन कम होता है, राइट, बिकॉज फार्मर डू नॉट हैव सफिशिएंट मनी टू इन्वेस्ट, सफिशिएंट मनी टू बाय इनपुट्स। तो उस वजह से अल्टीमेट प्रोडक्शन प्रोडक्टिविटी कम होती है। बट ऑन द अदर हैंड, इफ फार्मर have sufficient money to buy inputs and to use technologies like drone technologies being used nowadays, right? So that farmer, obviously that farmer will have good production. So scientific, all in all, this agriculture is not just about growing crops. It's also about ki what is the science behind growing crops, like what is the science behind how these crops are growing, ठीक है। अगर आपको पता है कि आप इस पर्टिकुलर, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, किसी एक क्रॉप आप ग्रो कर रहे हो, और आपको पता है कि आप अगर किसी पर्टिकुलर स्टेज में, अगर आप 20 दिन बाद इस क्रॉप को पानी दोगे, देन इसका प्रोडक्शन बढ़ जाएगा, ठीक है। यू हैव दैट साइंटिफिक नॉलेज कि आपको इस पर्टिकुलर स्टेज में वो इरिगेशन देने से प्रोडक्शन बढ़ेगा, देन यू विल गिव इट and you will see the production, increase in production. But अगर उसी वहीं पे अगर दूसरा फार्मर है जिनको पता ही नहीं है कि किस स्टेज में इरिगेशन देना है क्रॉप्स को, एंड दे आर जस्ट गिविंग इरिगेशन एज पर दे, जैसे उनको लगता है कि अच्छा ओके पानी कम दिख रहा है फील्ड में, इरिगेशन दे देता है, राइट। तो वो साइंटिफिक मेथड नहीं है, साइंटिफिक तरीका नहीं है क्रॉप ग्रो करने का। ऑब्वियसली उसका इम्पैक्ट आप उनकी ईल्ड में दिखेगा। सो यस, एग्रीकल्चर इज अ साइंस, ठीक है। कमिंग टू द आर्ट, कि एग्रीकल्चर आर्ट कैसे है। देखो स्टूडेंट्स, इट्स नॉट जस्ट कि आपको एक बार साइंस पता चल गई तो आप कर लोगे, ठीक है, एग्रीकल्चर या आप क्रॉप ग्रो कर लोगे। आपको स्किल्स आनी चाहिए, यू शुड नो हाउ टू, यू शुड हैव स्किल ऑफ ग्रोइंग क्रॉप, ठीक है। बिकॉज सी, एवरीबडी कैन नॉट गो एंड बिकम फार्मर, ठीक है, दैट्स द ट्रूथ। इनिशियली you will see that whatever seed you are putting into the land, that will have less chances of growing, or I would say if you are putting 10 seeds, only 5 seed will grow, okay, there can be chances that no seeds is growing, because it's not just about growing crop, it's also about how do you manage these crop, ठीक है। So basically जैसे कि एग्रीकल्चर में there are few things, like if I talk about specifically कि अगर कोई किसी को बोला जाए कि जाके फील्ड में वीडिंग करो, वीडिंग क्या होता है कि जो एक्स्ट्रा, लाइक दीज पीपल आर डूइंग वीडिंग इन द फील्ड, बेसिकली दे आर रिमूविंग द द एक्स्ट्रा प्लांट फ्रॉम द अराउंड द क्रॉप, जो चाहिए नहीं है हमें, ठीक है, जो फार्मर्स की रिक्वायरमेंट के नहीं है, एंड दे आर जस्ट देयर इन द फील्ड, और वी नीड टू रिमूव देम, क्योंकि ये जो प्लांट्स होते हैं, वीक प्लांट्स, दे ऑल्सो कम्पीट विद द मेन क्रॉप प्लांट्स फॉर द सेम रिसोर्सेज, ठीक है। तो आपकी अल्टीमेट यील्ड कम हो सकती है। तो अब आप, अगर आपको भेज दिया जाए कि जाके फील्ड से वीड्स निकालो, सो यू माइट नॉट बी एबल टू डू दैट वेल, ठीक है। आपको पता हो जाएगा कि ठीक है करना है, बट आप उसको उतनी अच्छे तरीके से, क्योंकि आपके पास स्किल नहीं है अभी, ठीक है, स्किल डेवलप की जा सकती है विद टाइम, बट येस अगेन यू नीड स्किल एंड आर्ट टू मैनेज ऑल दीज क्रॉप्स, यू नीड टू डू, नीड स्किल्स एंड आर्ट to do different activities in during the whenever you are growing the crop. So yeah, एग्रीकल्चर इज आर्ट, ठीक है। एंड व्हाई इज इट बिजनेस? सो अल्टीमेटली फार्मर ये सब क्यों कर रहे हैं? अल्टीमेटली टू गेट सम रिटर्न्स, टू अर्न सम काइंड ऑफ प्रॉफिट, राइट? तो यस, एग्रीकल्चर क्या है? साइंस, आर्ट एंड बिजनेस ऑफ ग्रोइंग क्रॉप एंड रेयरिंग लाइव स्टॉक. क्लियर? Okay, so I hope this particular definition is clear to all. Now we will come to the branches of agriculture. Please, students, if you have any doubt, you can ask. We'll take 5 minutes, not break, but yeah, you can write your doubts. I will resolve it and then we'll proceed further. यहाँ तक कुछ समझने में दिक्कत है तो प्लीज टेल मी. I am asking all those students who are watching on YouTube as well. Please, if you guys have any doubt, you can also ask. ठीक है? हरिका, आपका concept notes और summary sheet is given in course itself. ठीक है? आप अपना course खोलिए. There is a ARD section. ARD को click करोगे, there will be different section of different chapters. एक एक chapters में concept notes summary sheet दिए हैं. No. आपको नोट्स बनाने की जरूरत नहीं है. See, if you're watching these classes, whenever you will read summary sheet, just highlight important thing on summary sheet itself. ठीक है? You don't need to make notes, separate notes. अक्षय, से आपके पास अभी टाइम है, सो यू कैन रीड समरी शीट. देखो, आफ्टर वॉचिंग द क्लास देर विल बी नो रिक्वायरमेंट कि आपको लाइन बाय लाइन पढ़नी पड़े, बिकॉज यू विल बी अंडरस्टैंडिंग concepts here only. Summary sheet will be for the revision purpose, just to revise all the concept, and if there is any important thing that need to be remembered, just to recall all these things. आशु, आई डिडंट गेट योर क्वेश्चन. ठीक है? कैन यू टेल मी इन डिटेल कि आप पूछ क्या रहे हैं? Yes, Vivo V60. If you are watching pre-recorded lectures, that is completely fine. But I suggest, like, you can watch these sessions. Dekho, if you are working candidate, you do not have time. So whenever you have time, you can watch these sessions. Because see, yeah, that's totally up to you. Pre-recorded lectures are also fine. These lectures are also fine. But you will be able to complete, uh, you know, these. I think there are 40 classes for the ARD section in this particular batch. So within 40 days, you will be able to complete the entire ARD. But if you see the pre-recorded lecture, there are more than 40 classes. Okay, so anyway, whatever works for you, but yeah, you can go for either of them. Yeah. Yes, recording will be available. I cannot say by afternoon, by end of the day, before 6 p.m. You will get the recording. Okay. Uh, Avijit, you can read either of them, notes or summary sheet. But see, if you are watching these classes, I suggest you to directly go for the summary sheet. Uh, Insha, regarding the current affair classes, okay, you will be getting the current affair classes as well. So right now I do not know in this particular batch. It means in starting you will be getting the classes of merit and non-merit section. Current affair के लिए later on you can get the classes, but please give me time. I'll confirm it and I'll tell you tomorrow. ठीक है? क्योंकि current affair ये classes होंगी इस particular batch में. वैसे तो होंगी क्योंकि आपको पूरे ही subject को cover करवाया जाएगा. But I'll be coming with the answer tomorrow. ठीक है? आपको मैं कल इसका answer दे दूंगी. Okay, how to practice descriptive daily? See, whatever you are reading for the day, please try to type answers. ठीक है? go to folder material, there are model question answer given, read a question, try to type answer. That is how you can practice descriptive. ओके ठीक है आशु, आई गॉट योर क्वेश्चन। ओके चलो देखो, टू राइट डिटेल आंसर यू नीड टू फर्स्ट रीड द कंटेंट, ठीक है, अंडरस्टैंड द कंसेप्ट, रीड करंट अफेयर रिलेटेड टू दैट, एंड देन गो फॉर राइटिंग आंसर, ठीक है। जस्ट पिक एनी क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम मॉडल क्वेश्चन आंसर एंड ट्राई टू टाइप आंसर ऑफ दैट क्वेश्चन। ओके, सो हाउ आर्ट इन एग्रीकल्चर एंड साइंस इन एग्रीकल्चर आर डिफरेंट, ठीक है। देखो आशु, व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट साइंस एंड आर्ट, साइंस मतलब क्या होता है कि लाइक science is like when you are studying ki how crops are absorbing nutrient from the soil or how crops are absorbing water from the soil, ठीक है। What is the impact of temperature on crop, what is the impact of rainfall, okay, what should be the distance between two plants, so all this is a scientific study, ठीक है। एक फार्मर को तो नहीं पता होगा ना कि कितना डिस्टेंस रखना चाहिए या किस पैटर्न में हमें इरिगेशन देना चाहिए, ये साइंटिफिक स्टडी हुई है एंड देन दिस साइंस हैज बीन मेड कि ओके इतना डिस्टेंस, अगर हम राइस को कल्टीवेट कर रहे हैं तो 20 by 20 का डिस्टेंस या 25 by 25 का डिस्टेंस होना चाहिए, या फिर हमें इस पर्टिकुलर स्टेज में इरिगेशन देने से ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन मिल रहा है, तो ये तो साइंटिफिक स्टडी हुई, राइट। बट अगर हम आर्ट की बात करते हैं कि लाइक अगर फार्मर को बोला जाए कि वीडिंग करनी है, तो वीडिंग क्या है, रिमूवल ऑफ दोस प्लांट, तो वो फार्मर भी वो जो ट्रेडिशनल फार्मर है वो भी वीडिंग करेंगे, उसमें कोई साइंस नहीं है। साइंस ठीक है, आई गेट इट कि वहां पे भी एक है कि क्यों कर, रीजन क्या है, बट स्किल क्या है कि किस तरीके से किया जाए, ठीक है, कितना एफिशिएंटली किया जाए, दैट इज द स्किल। आई विल गिव यू द अदर एग्जांपल ऑफ आर्ट, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल ग्राफ्टिंग, ठीक है, इस ग्राफ्टिंग इसका अच्छा एग्जांपल है कि ग्राफ्टिंग क्या होता है स्टूडेंट्स, देखो ग्राफ्टिंग होता है कि व्हेन वी आर जॉइनिंग टू पार्ट ऑफ we have two different part or from two different plants, ठीक है। तो हमने क्या किया, स्टेम को ज्वाइन किया दो डिफरेंट प्लांट्स की, ठीक है, तो वो क्या होती है, ग्राफ्टिंग होती है। आपने देखा भी होगा कि रोज में बहुत ग्राफ्टिंग होती है, तो रोज में लाइक अगर रेड रोज का प्लांट है उसमें पिंक रोज की ग्राफ्टिंग की जाती है, तो देन वील हैव रेड रोज एंड पिंक रोज इन वन सिंगल प्लांट, ठीक है, दैट इज ग्राफ्टिंग। अगर मैं ग्राफ्टिंग करने जाऊं तो माई ग्राफ्ट विल नॉट बी सक्सेसफुल, मुझे नहीं पता है कि क्या स्किल है या किस तरीके से ग्राफ्टिंग करनी चाहिए, बिकॉज मेरे पास वो स्किल नहीं है, ठीक है। बट ऑन द अदर हैंड इफ द पर्सन हु इज स्किल्ड इन डूइंग ग्राफ्ट्स, मेकिंग ग्राफ्ट्स, तो वो अगर ग्राफ्ट करें तो उनका ग्राफ्ट के होने की चांसेस सक्सेसफुल है, तो वो एक आर्ट है, ठीक है। दैट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन साइंस एंड आर्ट, आई होप नाउ इट्स क्लियर, राइट। ओके, यस यस, okay, now I think it's clear. Okay, coming to the branches of agriculture. Now, students, we have already discussed कि agriculture is not just about crop production. यहाँ पे आपका एनिमल हस्बेंड्री, फिशरीज, फॉरेस्ट्री, ये सारी चीजें आती है, राइट। सो एग्रीकल्चर को अगर हमें पढ़ना है तो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वी हैव टू मेक सेपरेट ब्रांचेस सो दैट द स्टडी बिकम इजियर, बिकॉज सी स्टूडेंट्स अगर आप एग्रीकल्चर देखो बहुत वास्ट है, ठीक है। एग्रीकल्चर में राइस वीट जैसी क्रॉप भी है, देन आपकी टी कॉफी जैसी क्रॉप भी है, आपके फ्रूट क्रॉप्स हैं, आपके वेजिटेबल क्रॉप्स हैं, then we have plantation crops, then we have spices and condiments, we have forestry crops, we have medicinal crops, right? So बहुत different, मतलब agriculture in general is very vast, okay, and in order to study this agriculture effectively, the agriculture has been divided into different branches, ठीक है। अब what are these branches? So there are majorly six branches, I would say, but home science can be considered as a branch. Okay, it's not a particular branch of agriculture, but yeah, we need to understand कि agriculture का importance क्या है in this particular, what is the role of home science in agriculture, ठीक है, that we'll understand. Now, students, what are different branches? Let us see. So first branch is agronomy, ठीक है, agronomy. So what is this agronomy branch? बहुत important है, ठीक है, आपको ये पता होना चाहिए। In examination you will see the solved PYQs. There are direct question asked to you from the branches, ठीक है। What is agronomy? Agronomy is basically, students, when we study about field crops and their management. Okay. Yes, Pratiksha, you will get current affair classes. Okay, don't worry. Everything will be covered. It's just that I need to confirm it कि when you will get these classes. Okay, I'll tell you tomorrow that. चलो. So agriculture is, agronomy is about the field crops and its management, right? So what are these field crops? Now, students, field crops consist of your cereal crops, like whatever crops you see on the field, like rice. ठीक है, examples क्या हैं इसके? Rice है, wheat है, right? Then oats, barley, sorghum, right? Groundnut, chickpea, pulses crop. So all these are your field crops. Okay. So when we study about all these field crops, plus how do we manage these field crops in a scientific way, that is your agronomy. That study of agriculture is known as agronomy. Okay. In detail, this is your chapter 2 as well, agronomy and field crops. So in detail, we'll understand what is this branch, what kind of field crops or we study under this agronomy. Okay, how do we manage these field crops? So this is your chapter 2. In detail, we'll be discussing it there. Okay. Now, students, apart from field crop, we have some crops like vegetable crops, fruit crops, then we have flower crops. Okay, we have some ornamental crops. So these crops are studied under different branch of agriculture, which is known as horticulture. देखो students, field crops आप देखोगे जैसे rice, wheat, oats है ना, you can easily store these field crops for long duration of time. ठीक है, आपके godowns में you will see for years you can store these crops because ये क्या होते हैं? Grains होते हैं, dried grains होते हैं. But horticulture में specifically garden crops को हम cater करते हैं. Hortus का मतलब ही क्या होता है? Garden. So when we are dealing with the cultivation of garden crops, अभी garden crops में कौन कौन सी crop आती हैं? आपकी जितनी भी perishable crops होती हैं. What are perishable crops? Like fruits, vegetable. आप fruits और vegetable को ज्यादा लंबे समय तक store नहीं कर सकते. Okay, you need proper facility to store these particular क्रॉप्स. और इनकी शेल्फ लाइफ जो है, शेल्फ लाइफ क्या होती है स्टूडेंट्स, कि आपने एक बारी क्रॉप हार्वेस्ट किया, उसके बाद आप कितने टाइम तक इनको स्टोर कर सकते हो. ठीक है, तो वो शेल्फ लाइफ कम होती है. ठीक है, आप देखोगे, आप अपने घर पे भी देखोगे फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल, द शेल्फ लाइफ ऑफ these things is very less, right? So all these crops, including your garden crops, fruit crops, ठीक है, including your spices, condiments, all these studies under horticulture. ठीक है, जो एग्रोनॉमी का पार्ट नहीं है, दैट कम्स अंडर हॉर्टिकल्चर. ठीक है, इन क्रॉप्स को पढ़ना, इनकी स्टडी करना, दैट इज हॉर्टिकल्चर. और हॉर्टिकल्चर इन इटसेल्फ इज अ वेरी वास्ट ब्रांच ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर, जिसको फर्दर सब डिवाइड किया है. एंड वी विल बी अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट इन दिस पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट, इन दिस पर्टिकुलर सेशन, कि कौन कौन सी ब्रांचेस है हॉर्टिकल्चर के अंदर. और स्टूडेंट्स, आप इन डिटेल पढ़ोगे हॉर्टिकल्चर को अपने प्लांटेशन एंड हॉर्टिकल्चर क्रॉप वाले चैप्टर में. आई थिंक दैट इज चैप्टर नंबर 10 और 11. आई थिंक 11. ठीक है, तो उसमें आप इस, सॉरी, चैप्टर नंबर 10. सो उसमें आप डिटेल में पढ़ोगे व्हाट इज दिस हॉर्टिकल्चर एंड प्लांटेशन क्रॉप्स, इनके मैनेजमेंट कैसे किया जाता है, क्या क्या टेक्निक्स यूज होती हैं, ठीक है, टू ग्रो दीज क्रॉप्स. सो या, दैट विल बी कवर्ड इन डिटेल इन दैट चैप्टर. ठीक है, देन वी हैव फॉरेस्ट्री. व्हाट इज दिस फॉरेस्ट्री? Now, students, apart from your field crops and horticulture crops, there are few crops which are, which are forest crops. Again, forest भी हमारे लिए equally important है because forest are source of fuel, timber, okay, fiber, and many communities are dependent on forest for the forest products. Also, forests are important, right? Important in general for our environment, for our ecosystem. So yes, forestry is another branch of agriculture. ठीक है, जहाँ पे we deal with the forest crops and their management. ठीक है, so that is your forestry. Again, this is a complete chapter where you will be covering forestry in detail. ठीक है, important है. Then we have animal husbandry. What is animal husbandry, students? It is the branch of agriculture which is dealing with the rearing of livestock. ठीक है, how do we rear these livestock, how the breeding of livestock is done, okay, how do we manage these livestock. So all these things, is studied under animal husbandry. Livestock जैसे कि आपकी cattle, buffalo, goat, sheep, poultry is also under animal husbandry, right? So all these come under animal husbandry. That is again another branch of agriculture. Then we have fishery science. Now, students, apart from animal husbandry, fishery is also a branch of agriculture where we are dealing with the fish cultivation. ठीक है? You might have seen the farmers that are in the that are in the regions that near the coastline, they are basically dependent on fisheries. ठीक है? वो fish जो aquatic life है, या फिर I would say the life that is found in water, ठीक है, उस पे डिपेंडेंट होती है मोस्टली. तो वो फिशरी बेसिक दैट इज सॉरी दैट इज स्टडीड अंडर फिशरीज साइंस कि कौन कौन सी फिशेस होती हैं, राइट? कितनी कैटेगरीज होती हैं इसकी, क्या क्या डिफरेंट टाइप की फिशेस होती हैं, फिशेस को कैसे कल्टीवेट किया जाता है, क्या ऑप्टिमम टेम्परेचर पीएच होना चाहिए वाटर का फॉर ग्रोइंग द फिशेस, इन नॉट ओनली जस्ट फिशेस, ऑल द aquatic life that is cultivated by farmers. ठीक है, जो consumable है, aquatic life that is consumable and that is cultivated by farmers that are residing in these coastlines. So that is your fisheries science. ठीक है. See, fishery science is a broad term. Like a fisheries में aquaculture, mariculture, pisciculture, they are different subsection of fishery science. Again, there is a complete chapter here in this, but आपके जो course है उसमें complete chapter है fisheries का. There you will understand that in detail. ठीक है. Right now just understand कि जो भी कल्टीवेशन है, जो हमें या फिर जो कल्टीवेशन किया जाता है पानी में of any organism, that is your fishery science. ठीक है. Then we have agriculture engineering. Now students देखो, here we were getting something, ठीक है, किसी आउटपुट के लिए हम कुछ कर रहे थे, लाइक एग्रोनॉमी, हॉर्टिकल्चर, फॉरेस्ट्री, एनिमल हस्बेंड्री, फिशरी साइंस में हमें कुछ आउटपुट मिल रहा था, राइट? बट अब एग्रीकल्चर जो इंजीनियरिंग है वो बेसिकली वो ब्रांच है एग्रीकल्चर की जिसमें हम टूल्स, इम्प्लीमेंट्स डेवलप करते हैं टू मैनेज ऑल दीज थिंग्स. ठीक है, अगर आपको फील्ड क्रॉप को मैनेज करने के लिए प्लोइंग करनी है, यू नीड अ ट्रैक्टर. ठीक है, सो दैट इज स्टडीड इन एग्रीकल्चर साइंस. वो टेक्नोलॉजी जो डेवलप होगी वो एग्रीकल्चर इंजीनियरिंग में होगी. सो बेसिकली इंटीग्रेटिंग इंजीनियरिंग विद एग्रीकल्चर टू मेक स्पेसिफिक एग्रीकल्चर स्पेसिफिक टूल्स एंड इम्प्लीमेंट्स. दैट इज योर एग्रीकल्चर इंजीनियरिंग. ठीक है. ओके Tanya, I'll come to your query. ठीक है, at the end we'll discuss that. चलो, guys, let me just finish the session and then one by one I'll take your queries. ठीक है, चलो. Agriculture engineering, I hope it's understood कि whenever we are discussing or we are dealing with the tools and implements that are developed in order to manage the agriculture better or in order to manage the other sciences of agriculture better, that comes under agriculture engineering. ठीक है. Then home science is not a branch, it's not a specific or in general accepted branch of agriculture, but yes, in home science, see, nutritional value of all our crops that we get from other branches, that is seen. कि what is the nutritional value, how do we value add, what value addition can be done on these products that we get from the other branches, right? So that is the home science. Now students, see, we can divide all these branches into three major groups. First is crop production group, where we are getting some kind of crops, right? So your agronomy, horticulture and forestry, agronomy, horticulture and forestry, where some kind of crops are produced, that comes under crop production group. Then we have animal management group, where we are managing animals, right? So animal husbandry and fisheries will come under animal management group. I think it is self-understood, right? Then we have allied agriculture group, which is not directly related to agriculture, but they are, they are, you can say, supplementing these agriculture groups, we can say. So yes, they are called allied agriculture groups, right? So agriculture engineering and home science are part of your allied agriculture group. Now, there was a question asked to you in your examination regarding which among the following comes under crop production group. So you were given several options. So uska answer out of these three was one of them. ठीक है? तो yes, आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू, एग्जामिनेशन के लिए आपको ये डिफरेंट ब्रांचेस ये पढ़नी है. दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है, डेफिनेशन एंड ब्रांचेस. आई होप टिल नाउ एवरीथिंग इज क्लियर एंड वी कैन मूव अहेड, राइट? Now, coming to the branches of horticulture, I have told you horticulture in itself is a very vast. ठीक है, is a very vast ब्रांच ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर, आई वुड से। तो इसको भी हमने डिफरेंट डिफरेंट सब ब्रांचेस में क्लासिफाई कर दिया है, ठीक है। नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, बिफोर मूविंग अहेड, आई वुड लाइक टू टेल यू हियर कि सी वट एवर आई हैव टोल्ड यू दैट वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग ऑल दीज थिंग इन डिटेल, ठीक है। तो अभी के लिए जस्ट नो द डेफिनेशन, ठीक है। अगर कोई कंफ्यूजन है तो जब वो सब्जेक्ट या जब वो चैप्टर कवर होगा, एवरीथिंग विल बी कवर्ड, ठीक है, everything will be covered there. Now coming to the branches of horticulture, uh, first branch of horticulture is our floriculture, ठीक है। I have told you horticulture क्या है। horticulture हमने फिर से डिस्कस कर लेते हैं। horticulture is branch of agriculture where we are dealing with the garden crop, ठीक है। horticulture term is divided from the hortus which means garden, ठीक है, garden cultivation। तो स्टूडेंट्स, फ्लोरिकल्चर क्या है, ये कैसे याद रखना है। फ्लोरी मीन्स फ्लावर, ठीक है, इसको इस तरीके से याद रखना है आपने। फ्लोरिकल्चर इज बेसिकली व्हेन वी आर डीलिंग विद द कल्टीवेशन ऑफ फ्लावर, मैनेजमेंट ऑफ फ्लावर्स, ओके, केयर ऑफ फ्लावर्स, दैट ऑल कम्स अंडर फ्लोरिकल्चर, ठीक है। तो पहला ब्रांच है आपका फ्लोरिकल्चर। यू जस्ट नीड टू रिमेंबर these branches as well, क्योंकि यहाँ से भी क्वेश्चन देखे गए यहाँ पे एग्जामिनेशन में, ठीक है। देन वी हैव arboriculture। नाउ स्टूडेंट्स देखो, sometimes we don't have to manage the entire garden or we don't have to manage the entire uh, uh, entire crop that we have, ठीक है। sometimes there is a management required for only one tree, like for example you have a mango orchard, okay, and there is some problem with one mango tree, ठीक है। so what you will do, you will manage that one tree, right? You won't be applying medicine or anything or pesticide or anything to entire orchard, right? So that management of one tree, when you are managing only one tree or one plant, that is known as arboriculture, ठीक है। देन वी हैव लैंडस्केप हॉर्टिकल्चर। नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, जो हॉर्टिकल्चर है उसमें जो आपकी गार्डनिंग है या लैंडस्केप डिजाइनिंग है वो भी एक पार्ट होता है, ठीक है। तो हॉर्टिकल्चर इज नॉट जस्ट अबाउट ग्रोइंग क्रॉप्स, it's not just about growing horticulture crop, it's also about the beautification of land, ठीक है। तो जो ब्यूटिफिकेशन किया जाता है लैंड का, दैट इज लैंडस्केप हॉर्टिकल्चर, ठीक है, दैट इज स्टडीड अंडर लैंडस्केप हॉर्टिकल्चर। नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, जो आपके गार्डन्स होते हैं, ठीक है, जैसे कि मुगल्स गार्डन हो गया, आपके जापानीज गार्डन हो गया, आपका पर्शियन स्टाइल गार्डन हो गया, इटालियन स्टाइल गार्डन हो गए, ये ऐसा नहीं कि ऐसी डेवलप की जाती, इसकी भी प्रॉपर स्टडी होती है, ठीक है। इसके लिए भी प्रॉपर स्टडी होती है कि मुगल गार्डन के फीचर ये होंगे, ठीक है, आपके इटालियन गार्डन्स के फीचर ये होंगे, आपके जापानीज गार्डन्स के फीचर ये होंगे। तो वो एक प्रॉपर स्टडी है, तो वो जो स्टडी होती है दैट इज योर लैंडस्केप हॉर्टिकल्चर, ठीक है। ऐसे ही किसी लैंडस्केप को डेवलप नहीं किया जाता है। फर्स्ट एक पूरा मैप बनता है, आउटलाइन बनती है, जो कंसर्न्ड साइंटिस्ट है जिन्होंने लैंडस्केप के बारे में पढ़ा है उनसे कंसर्न किया जाता है, उनको एक टास्क दिया जाता है कि हाउ वी कैन डेवलप दिस लैंडस्केप, ठीक है। तो एक पूरी स्टडी होती है। तो ऐसा नहीं समझना है कि ये गार्डन है या फिर एक मतलब बेस्ड ऑन लाइक मतलब कोई भी आगे कोई गार्डन डेवलप कर रहा है। इसके लिए एक प्रॉपर स्टडी होती है, साइंटिस्ट आर देयर हु स्टडी अबाउट ऑल दीज थिंग्स एंड देन दीज लैंडस्केप्स आर डेवलप्ड, ठीक है। लैंडस्केप में देखो, लैंडस्केप में ऑर्चर्ड नहीं आएगा। ऑर्चर्ड क्या होता है, ऑर्चर्ड में आपका एक पर्टिकुलर क्रॉप है, लाइक फॉर सेक्स मैंगो ऑर्चर्ड है। तो मैंगो ऑर्चर्ड में आपके पास एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया है जहां पे आप सिर्फ मैंगो ग्रो कर रहे हो, ठीक है। आप एक पर्टिकुलर ऑर्डर में मैंगो ट्री को ग्रो करोगे, राइट। तो वो ब्यूटिफिकेशन नहीं है, तो हमें अच्छा लगता है देखने में कि ओके एक एंटायर पर्टिकुलर एरिया में एक तरीके से मैंगो ट्रीज ग्रो कर रहे हैं, दैट इज नॉट फॉर द ब्यूटिफिकेशन पर्पज, दैट इज फॉर द प्रोडक्शन पर्पज, ठीक है। वो तो मैंगो प्रोडक्शन के पर्पज के लिए ग्रो किया गया है, ठीक है। तो वो लैंडस्केप में नहीं आएगा। लैंडस्केप में आई एम टेलिंग यू, जैसे कि यू माइट हैव विजिटेड डिफरेंट गार्डन्स, जैसे कि जो दिल्ली में मुगल गार्डन्स हैं, ठीक है, ताजमहल के आगे जो गार्डन डेवलप हुआ है, राइट। सो वो लैंडस्केप हॉर्टिकल्चर है, दैट इज पार्ट ऑफ लैंडस्केप हॉर्टिकल्चर। ऑर्चर्ड इज नॉट पार्ट ऑफ लैंडस्केप हॉर्टिकल्चर, ठीक है। Now students, next we have is the olericulture. Olericulture is basically the study of vegetable and its management, ठीक है। तो अब वेजिटेबल के बारे में जब हम पढ़ते हैं, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट वेजिटेबल कौन सी है, कौन से सीजन में डिफरेंट डिफरेंट वेजिटेबल्स कौन से सीजन में कौन सी वेजिटेबल को ग्रो कर सकते हैं, कैसे रूट वेजिटेबल का मैनेजमेंट अलग कैसे होगा, जैसे कि आपकी कैरेट हो गया, रेडिश हो गया, ठीक है। जो वेजिटेबल्स वाइन्स में ग्रो करती हैं उनको कैसे मैनेज करेंगे, तो ऑल दैट थिंग इज स्टडी अंडर ओलेरिकल्चर। तो बेसिकली वेजिटेबल की जो स्टडी है वो ओलेरिकल्चर के अंडर पर होती है। देन वी हैव पोमोलॉजी। पोमोलॉजी क्या है स्टूडेंट्स? इट इज द स्टडी ऑफ फ्रूट्स। जैसे कि हम वेजिटेबल के लिए पढ़ते हैं वैसे ही हम फ्रूट्स के लिए पढ़ते हैं कि जो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट फ्रूट्स हैं उनको कैसे ग्रो किया जा सकता है, ठीक है। व्हाट इज द क्लाइमेटिक रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ डिफरेंट डिफरेंट फ्रूट। यू विल सी कि सर्टन पार्ट में ही एप्पल ग्रो होते हैं, ठीक है। देर आर सर्टन पार्ट जहाँ पे कोकोनट होता है, देर आर सर्टन पार्ट जहाँ पे पाइन एप्पल ग्रो होता है, ठीक है। तो दिस स्टडी कि कौन कौन से फ्रूट्स हैं, व्हाट इज द रिक्वायरमेंट, हाउ टू ग्रो देम, हाउ टू मैनेज देम, हाउ टू इंक्रीज द प्रोडक्शन, दैट ऑल comes under pomology, ठीक है। देन वी हैव अनदर साइंस विच इज विटिकल्चर। नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, जो विटिकल्चर साइंस है अगेन जो ग्रेप्स की स्टडी है स्पेसिफिकली, उसके लिए एक अलग ग्रेप का जो कल्टीवेशन है उसके लिए एक अलग साइंस बनाई गई है विच इज नोन एज विटिकल्चर। क्योंकि देखो जो ग्रेप्स है वो एक वाइन क्रॉप है, ठीक है। इसकी जो कल्टीवेशन प्रैक्टिसेस है वो अलग होती हैं। ऑल्सो स्टूडेंट्स, ग्रेप्स जो है वो लार्ज कमर्शियली ग्रो किए जाते हैं इन ऑर्डर टू प्रोड्यूस वाइन, ठीक है। तो जो ग्रेप्स है उसका मैनेजमेंट थोड़ा अलग होता है, उसके लिए कल्टीवेशन प्रैक्टिसेस थोड़ी अलग होती हैं, इसीलिए उसको एक डिफरेंट ब्रांच में रख दिया गया है विच इज विटिकल्चर, ठीक है। अगेन इंपॉर्टेंट है आपके एग्जामिनेशन के। देन वी हैव इनोलॉजी। इनोलॉजी क्या है स्टूडेंट्स? द साइंस ऑफ वाइन एंड वाइन मेकिंग, ठीक है। ग्रेप्स से जब आप वाइन और वाइन बनाते हैं, वाइन मेकिंग की जो साइंस है दैट कम्स अंडर इनोलॉजी। Okay, now another most important science is your post-harvest management. देखो students, whatever crops you are getting, ठीक है, it should be managed properly. I have told you, specifically the horticulture crop that we have, ठीक है, they have very less shelf life. तो उनकी जो perishable होने के chances है वो ज़्यादा है, ठीक है। तो what we need to do, we need to manage these crops after harvesting so that we can store them for a longer duration of time. So for that, we have another branch under horticulture, which is known as post-harvest management, where we study about how to manage different crops so that we can increase their shelf life. ठीक है, that comes under your post harvest management. तो basically क्या है students कि जब आप crops को harvest कर लेते हो तो उस harvesting के बाद जो आपने क्रॉप हार्वेस्ट की है उसको कैसे मैनेज करें, कैसे उसकी सफाई करें, कैसे उसकी ग्रेडिंग करें, कैसे उसको स्टोर करें, राइट, कि उसकी जो शेल्फ लाइफ है उसको बढ़ा सकें, दैट इज नोन एज पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट। क्लियर? आई होप यहाँ तक देर इज नो डिफिकल्टी इन अंडरस्टैंडिंग। आई हैव till now taught you what is agriculture, definition of agriculture, different sectors that come under agriculture, different branches of agriculture, along with different branches of horticulture, ठीक है। यहाँ तक क्लियर है? Now let's discuss in brief about history of agriculture in India, ठीक है। हमने एग्रीकल्चर के बारे में डिस्कस कर लिया है। Now we'll discuss in brief कि जो एग्रीकल्चर की हिस्ट्री है वो क्या है, राइट? ओके, नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, अगर हम हिस्ट्री के बारे में बात करें तो जो एग्रीकल्चर है इंडिया में बिफोर इंडिपेंडेंस, द टेक्नोलॉजी दैट वर यूज्ड बाय फार्मर बहुत ही ऑर्थोडॉक्स टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज किया जाता था, ट्रेडिशनल मेथड्स को यूज किया जाता था टू ग्रो क्रॉप, राइट। तो बिफोर इंडिपेंडेंस की कहानी ये थी कि देर वर नॉट मच advancement in agriculture, though we were growing crops, different crops, but yes, again traditional varieties were used, traditional methods were used, okay, all kind of traditional techniques and technologies were used for growing crops and doing agriculture. So that's why we do not have sufficient yield. Also, before independence, due to the colonization of these Britishers, what happened? These Britishers, they shifted our agriculture. Means previously we were growing wheat, rice, so they force us to grow different crops like indigo and cotton, so that they can have enough raw material that they can send it to their countries, right? So what happens? That shifted the एग्रीकल्चर, और जो हमारी लैंड थी, एग्रीकल्चर लैंड की प्रोडक्टिविटी थी, दैट डिक्लाइंस विद टाइम, ठीक है। उसकी वजह से क्या हुआ कि जो ये क्रॉप्स हैं इन्होंने हमारे जो लैंड है उसकी प्रोडक्टिविटी को कम कर दिया, राइट। अब जब प्रोडक्टिविटी कम हुई और व्हेन वी गेट इंडिपेंडेंस, जब हमें इंडिपेंडेंस मिल गई, उसके बाद भी अगेन प्रोडक्शन वाज वेरी लेस, ठीक है। दो वी वर फोकसिंग ऑन ग्रोइंग सीरियल क्रॉप्स जैसे कि राइस एंड व्हीट, बट स्टिल प्रोडक्शन वाज नॉट सफिशिएंट। क्यों प्रोडक्शन वाज नॉट सफिशिएंट? बिकॉज द फर्टिलिटी ऑफ सॉइल हैज गॉन डाउन, ठीक है। एंटायर agriculture was disrupted due to the colonization, due to shift in cropping system, cropping pattern that was followed during that time, right? Then students, again, we do not have good variety that can that can give us good production in order to fulfill our demands. So at independence, I would say again, the position of agriculture, or the the condition of agriculture was not good in our country, right? Now what happened after independence? Again, we were dependent on other countries for the basic requirement, like for the rice and wheat we need to import all these things. Majorly we were importing all these things. So again, what happens with time when these countries says like we will be not sending further these crops to you, तो उसके बाद क्या हुआ कि जब अमेरिका ने मना कर दिया कि ओके वी विल नॉट सेंड wheat to you until and unless you become self sufficient, then देखो आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस बेसिकली हुआ क्या था कि जो हमारे लीडर्स थे, दे मेजरली फोकस ऑन इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन, ठीक है। तो इंडस्ट्रीज डेवलप करने में ज्यादा फोकस था, एग्रीकल्चर बैक सीट हो गया था। तो एग्रीकल्चर पे काफी देर देर वाज एग्रीकल्चर निग्लेक्टेड जैसा हो गया था कि एग्रीकल्चर को डेवलप करने में ध्यान नहीं गया। बट विद टाइम जब ये नीड आई कि लाइक वी नीड टू बिकम सेल्फ सफिशिएंट इन टर्म्स ऑफ फूड डिमांड ऑल्सो, क्योंकि हम कब तक और कंट्रीज पे डिपेंड रहेंगे फॉर फूड ग्रेन, राइट। तो हुआ क्या आफ्टर आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस, जो भी लीडर्स थे उन्होंने डिसाइड किया कि ओके वी विल बी नाउ डेवलपिंग एग्रीकल्चर ऑल्सो सो दैट वी कैन बिकम सेल्फ सफिशिएंट। उस टाइम पे कंडीशन ये थी कि हम मेजरली इंपोर्ट कर रहे थे, ठीक है। स्टिल जो फूड डिमांड थी वो पूरी नहीं हो पा रही थी। बट आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस व्हेन अटेंशन वाज गिवन टू द एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर, तब क्या हुआ कि वहां पे उस समय जो हाई यील्डिंग वेराइटीज है वो इंट्रोड्यूस करवाई गई, ठीक है। तो देयर वर फ्यू साइंटिस्ट, especially Dr. Norman E. Borlaug, who introduced high yielding varieties in India, ठीक है। Now these high yielding varieties were distributed to farmers, and what happens after that, these high yielding varieties out yielded here, okay. And after that we just not become self sufficient in terms of food production, but also we started exporting फूड ग्रेन, ओके। एंड दैट वाज द एरा ऑफ ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन, ठीक है। सो वही एरा है आपका ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन का, जहां पे आपका जो इंडिया है दैट बिकम सेल्फ सफिशिएंट इन टर्म्स ऑफ फूड ग्रेन डिमांड, ठीक है। और फूड ग्रेन रिक्वायरमेंट के जो हमारी फूड ग्रेन डिमांड थी हम उसको फुलफिल कर सके, एंड वी आउट यील्डेड, वी आउट परफॉर्म इन दैट, राइट। सो दैट वाज द एरा ऑफ ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन। सो यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स ये हिस्ट्री है आपकी बिफोर इंडिपेंडेंस एंड आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस। एंड अभी हम सेल्फ सफिशिएंट है फूड डिमांड में, ऑल्सो वी आर एक्सपोर्टिंग दिस फूड ग्रेन टू अदर कंट्रीज। ऑल्सो स्टूडेंट्स वी आर मूविंग फॉरवर्ड to new techniques and technology, like now we are moving forward toward hydroponics, we are moving forward toward advanced technology like using of drones in agriculture, ठीक है। for precision agriculture we are moving forward toward precision for agriculture, so that is the future of agriculture of our in our country, right? Okay, so this was the brief history or background of agriculture and how everything goes, right? Now here you can see agriculture development in India. So high yielding varieties were introduced, ठीक है, as I have told you, high yielding varieties were introduced. Then it leads to green revolution. Then जब हमारा green revolution, like when we become self sufficient in agriculture, in food grain food demand, then government started making schemes and policies for the agriculture development, ठीक है, for development of agriculture, for betterment of farmer. And later on irrigation projects were also made, ठीक है, to supply water to the agriculture field, right? So this was the brief history. Now students, after this there comes द एग्रीकल्चर रिसर्च सिस्टम, द होल रिसर्च सिस्टम वो सेटअप, ठीक है, एक पूरा इंस्टीट्यूशनल सेटअप बनाया गया ताकि आपकी जो एग्रीकल्चर रिसर्च है उनको प्रमोट किया जा सके, राइट, और मोर हाई यील्डिंग वेराइटीज बनाई जा सके, ठीक है, एग्रीकल्चर को हम की स्टडी को, रिसर्च को हम प्रमोट कर सके ताकि हम आगे और अच्छी टेक्निक्स एंड टेक्नोलॉजी को इंट्रोड्यूस कर सके फार्मर्स को, राइट. So for that, this agriculture research system was set up. And now, students, this National Agriculture Research System comprises of all the institute, including your ICAR, which is Indian Council of Agriculture Research. ठीक है. अब इसके अंदर आपके NARS के अंदर बहुत सारे सेंट्रल रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट्स, आपके डीम्ड यूनिवर्सिटी, नेशनल रिसर्च सेंटर्स, ऑल इंडिया कोऑर्डिनेटेड रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट, नेशनल ब्यूरोज एंड प्रोजेक्ट डायरेक्टरेट्स आते हैं, ठीक है. अब स्टूडेंट्स, आपका एक क्वेश्चन रहेगा कि मैम, डू वी हैव टू लर्न ऑल दीज इंस्टीट्यूट्स, नेशनल रिसर्च सिस्टम्स एंड एवरीथिंग? हियर आई वुड से कि यू कैन कीप दीज थिंग्स लो प्रायोरिटी, ठीक है, इनको याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है अभी. अगर आप कोई भी रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट या कोई भी आई वुड से कोई भी इंस्टीट्यूट या कोई भी पर्टिकुलर चीज न्यूज में रहती है, ठीक है, कोई एक इंस्टीट्यूट अगर न्यूज में है फॉर सर्टेन रीजन, यू कैन लर्न कि वो इंस्टीट्यूट कहाँ पे है, ठीक है, क्योंकि दैट इज इन द करंट अफेयर, तो उसके चांसेस बढ़ जाते हैं आपके एग्जामिनेशन में आने के. बट इन जनरल यू डोंट हैव टू रीड ईच एंड एवरी इंस्टीट्यूट. इफ यू कैन, दैट इज वेरी गुड, बट आई सजेस्ट कि आप इसको लो प्रायोरिटी में रख सकते हो, क्योंकि यू विल सी इन द एग्जाम, इन द समरी शीट, देयर आर अराउंड 63 इंस्टीट्यूट्स related to agriculture, horticulture and veterinary. There are 4 deemed university. Then there are 13 national research centers, 13 to 14 national research centers, multiple agriculture all India coordinated research project. Then there are national bureaus and project directories. ठीक है, तो सब याद करना पॉसिबल नहीं है और एग्जामिनेशन में भी नहीं पूछे जाते हैं. ओनली जो आपके करंट अफेयर में आप पढ़ोगे उसको ही आपने याद करना है, ठीक है. सो दैट इज हाउ यू नीड टू प्रोसीड विद दिस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक. चलो, कमिंग टू द एग्रीकल्चर रेवोल्यूशन, तो जैसे कि मैंने बताया कि वी स्टार्टेड फोकसिंग ऑन एग्रीकल्चर एंड दैट लीड्स टू द ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन, ठीक है. तो फर्स्ट रेवोल्यूशन वाज ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन, स्टूडेंट्स. नाउ ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन क्या है? when the production of food grain increases, right, तो that leads to a revolution, that leads to a change of whole scenario, तो उसको हम कहते हैं ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन. अब आपके जो एग्जामिनेशन में है, डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं कि दिस what do you understand by red revolution, what do you understand by green revolution, or which revolution is associated with potato production, ठीक है. in general such questions are asked in your examination, so you need to learn all these revolution, okay. So this is non-negotiable, you have to learn all these रेवोल्यूशन, ठीक है. देर इज नथिंग लाइक कि आप इस रेवोल्यूशन को छोड़ दो या फिर वो. यहाँ से अगर क्वेश्चन बहुत इजी है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल दे आर वेरी इजी टू लर्न. सेकेंड, if there is a question you can score 1 mark completely from these revolution parts. So I suggest कि जितने भी revolution है you need to learn all, them all, okay. ठीक है. Yes, coming to this, so first is green revolution, which is associated with food grain production. So when the production of food grain increases, that was given term green revolution, ठीक है students. Similarly, a red revolution is associated with increase in meat and tomato production. So some revolution are given name based on the color of commodity. So here color of meat and tomato is red. So yes, it is related to red revolution is given for the meat and tomato, right? Then we have round revolution. So round revolution is for the increase in production of potato, ठीक है. potato are round in shape, तो इस तरीके से आप याद कर सकते हो. Then we have black revolution. So students, petroleum के लिए black revolution term is given, ठीक है. Then we have yellow revolution for oil seed crops. तो यहाँ पे आप याद कर सकते हो फ्रॉम मस्टर्ड क्रॉप, ठीक है. मस्टर्ड क्रॉप के जो फ्लावर्स होते हैं दे आर येलो इन कलर एंड मस्टर्ड इज द मेजर ऑयल सीड क्रॉप. सो येलो रेवोल्यूशन स्टैंड्स फॉर योर ऑयल सीड क्रॉप प्रोडक्शन, ठीक है. देन वी हैव व्हाइट रेवोल्यूशन, इट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज ऑपरेशन फ्लड. व्हाइट रेवोल्यूशन इज फॉर इंक्रीज इन मिल्क प्रोडक्शन, ठीक है. Now students, next we have is blue revolution. So when the fish production increases, that is the given term blue revolution. Then we have brown revolution. Increase in production of leather and cocoa is termed as brown revolution. Then we have golden fiber revolution. So it is associated with increase in production of jute crop. Jute is a fiber crop, right? So jute का जो fiber होता है that is goldenish in color. So yes, golden fiber revolution term has been given to this particular thing, that is increase in jute production. Next is students protein revolution. It is the term given for the high production of pulses. We know pulses are rich source of protein. That's why protein revolution term has been given to it, right? Then we have pink revolution. So pink revolution is basically students for onion and prawn production. So when we see increase in production of onion and prawns, the term pink revolution was given. Okay? Chalo. Next we have the golden revolution. So students, in the previous slide we have discussed about golden fiber revolution, which was associated with increase in jute production, right? Because it was a fiber crop, so fiber is associated with that particular revolution term, right? Here it is given simply golden revolution. So students, golden revolution is used for multiple things, like increase in fruits production is given term golden revolution. When increase in honey production is seen, that is also given golden revolution term. And increase in overall horticulture crops, that was also given term golden revolution. Okay? Now students, along with that, we have two more. First, we have silver revolution. Okay, and then we have silver fiber revolution. Okay. Silver revolution is basically for increase in egg production, and silver fiber is for cotton, right? So we know cotton is a fiber crop. That's why fiber revolution is it, and silver fiber for the color of cotton fiber. Okay. So yeah, these two are another other two revolution that you need to remember. Now, students, there were various people who contributed to agriculture. Okay, so we need to understand. We need to learn the name of few important people here. Okay. So first we have is Pietro di Crescenzi. He is known as father of agronomy. Father of agronomy is Pietro di Crescenzi. Then we have Stephen Hales, who is known as father of plant physiology. Then father of genetics in agriculture is John Johann Mendel, right? Then we have Dr. Norman E. Borlaug, father of Green Revolution, and Dr. M. S. Swaminathan, father of Green Revolution in India. Now students, see, you have to be clear on these two. ठीक है, ये important है आपके exam के लिए. Just if in question it is written father of Green Revolution, then you will opt answer Norman E. Borlaug. But if it is given father of Green Revolution in India, then answer will be M.S. Swaminathan. Okay, that should be clear. Then we have father of hybrid cotton, so it is Dr. C.T. Patel. Okay. Then we have father of golden rice, that is Dr. Ingo Potticus. Now, students, this golden rice was developed. Okay, basically variety of rice which is rich in vitamin A. Okay, so that is given term golden rice, which was developed by Dr. Ingo Potticus. Then we have father of mutation theory. It is Hugo de Veres. Okay, so students, similarly, few more names have been given in your summary sheet. So you just have to go through all these names. Okay, if you can learn all of them, that's well and good. Otherwise, yes, I would say before your examination, you can just go through it. Or anyone, if there is any person in news or anything in news related to anything, any one of them, you can go ahead with that. Otherwise, some important names that you have to remember is first father of agronomy, father of plant physiology, because it was asked to you in your examination, father of genetics. Okay. Then father of green revolution in India. Then father of golden rice, it's important. Then father of hybrid rice is important, Yung Longping. So students, China was the first country to develop this hybrid rice. So, and India is the second. Okay, India is the second country to develop hybrid rice. First is China. And father of hybrid rice is Yung Longping. Okay, then this is important. Father of microbiology is Louis Pasteur. This Dr. Varghese Kurian is important because he is father of white revolution in India. Okay, white revolution is associated with milk. So this name is again important. Yeah, so you need to at least remember all these names. Okay. Chalo, then we have few important dates in agriculture that we celebrate. Okay, so 10th February is celebrated as World Pulse Day. 21st March is celebrated as International Day of Forest. 22nd March is celebrated as World Water Day. 22nd April is celebrated as World Earth Day. ठीक है, 26 अप्रैल इंटरनेशनल सीड डे, 1 जून वर्ल्ड मिल्क डे, 5 जून is celebrated as World Environment Day, 3 December is celebrated as National Agriculture Education Day, 5th December is celebrated as World Soil Day, and 23rd December is celebrated as National Farmers Day Kisan Divas to mark the birth anniversary of Mr. Chaudhary Charan Singh. ठीक है? So yeah, these are important dates that you need to remember. Now, I would not say remember all these dates. I would say just before your examination, whatever days are there, that falls before your examination, you can remember all those important days, and you will get to know about them in your current affairs section. ठीक है? So yeah, this was about your first chapter. ठीक है? And I have told you what are important topics that you need to focus from this particular from this particular chapter. So students, I hope now you have understood uh, this chapter, also the importance of these classes, and why you should be regular in these classes, why you should be consistent with these classes. Again, students, I would suggest you, please, whatever you are reading for the day, do revise it. ठीक है, revision is very very important. Like whatever we have read, chapter 1 is complete. ठीक है, so please do a revision of this particular chapter today itself. ठीक है, so that tomorrow you have space for revision for the tomorrow session. So please do revise it. Revision is very very important. ठीक है. See, you have Ashu, you have chapter wise quiz, so you can attempt those quiz and practice. ठीक है? Okay, now I'll come to the queries that are there in the chat section. All those who are watching from YouTube can also ask their questions. ठीक है? So guys, if any query is missed, please you can rewrite, you can resend me the query. Okay. Uh, Suparna, no. You don't have to read specific crops. Like अगर आपके एग्रोनॉमी में राइस वीट बार्ले, तो आपने स्पेसिफिक क्रॉप की स्टडी नहीं करनी है, इतना डिटेल नहीं पूछते हैं. What you can do is just remember the scientific name of important crops. ठीक है, that will be more than sufficient. No need to go in detail कि क्या varieties होती हैं, कितना वाटर रिक्वायरमेंट है. वाटर रिक्वायरमेंट इज समथिंग डिफरेंट, बट या कि लाइक कौन सी प्रैक्टिसेस हैं, कौन से डिजीजेस हैं इस पर्टिकुलर क्रॉप की, कौन सी इंसेक्ट्स हैं, इतना डिटेल में नहीं पढ़ना है हमें. ठीक है. ओके तान्या, कमिंग टू योर क्वेरी. Tanya, see, if you are able to access this particular sessions, so I hope, I feel like you have the content for, uh, okay, Tanya, can you please confirm like which course do you have? First of all, is it silver or gold course? Okay, so that I can tell you in detail. But yeah, if you have access to this particular batch, for sure you will have the access to the live session. See, एक बार आपके पास अगर कोर्स, अगर आपके पास सिल्वर बैच है, तो आपके पास मेरिट सेक्शन जो लाइव मतलब एक बार प्लीज यू नीड टू फर्स्ट कंफर्म कि कौन सा बैच आपके पास है. बट हाँ, आपके पास एक्सेस होगा. ठीक है, नोटिफिकेशन के बाद जो क्लासेस होंगी उसके उसका भी. ओके. ठीक है आशु, आई होप इट्स क्लियर कि आपका क्वेश्चन आई हैव टोल्ड यू. आप जो हाँ, ऑल्सो स्टूडेंट्स व्हेन यू रिवाइज, आपके जो क्विज हैं उसको भी प्रैक्टिस कर लीजिए. ठीक है. प्ले स्टोर नॉट वर्किंग. Okay, sure. S. Mohan, I'll inform this thing to our technical team. Sure, we'll look into it. Yes, you will get, Manisha, you will get this PDF. No worries. This PDF will be uploaded. ठीक है, both annotated and non-annotated. So anyway, you will be getting this. तानिया, प्लीज कंफर्म कि आपके पास कौन सा कोर्स है. ठीक है, आई कैन बेटर गिव यू द आई कैन गिव यू बेटर क्लैरिटी ऑन दैट. ओके. source from. Acha, Ashu, if you are asking for the source, see, let me be very clear. Specifically, NABARD के लिए there is no book or no specific source जहाँ पे आपको सिर्फ NABARD specific questions मिले agriculture के. I would suggest to all of you, like if you want more questions, what you can do, you can upload your summary sheet on ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT to make to frame around 50 to 100 question or as many question you want to practice for you and accordingly practice. ठीक है, आजकल AI is being used. AI is a very important tool that can be used by students, and this suggestion I have been giving to people who have asked me before phase 1 कि कैसे practice करें, और it has worked. ठीक है, तो you can use AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, anything you can use, and you can ask these AIs to make questions for you and you practice. तो आपको क्या होगा कि एग्जाम स्पेसिफिक ही क्वेश्चंस मिलेंगे. अदरवाइज आप अगर मैं अगर आपको बुक सजेस्ट करूंगी तो वहाँ पे कोर एग्रीकल्चर के भी क्वेश्चन होंगे. अगेन वो आपको कॉन्फिडेंस लो कर सकते हैं कि आपको लगेगा कि मुझे नहीं आती ये सारी चीजें या मैंने ये नहीं पढ़ी है, बट अगेन वो रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है एग्जामिनेशन के लिए. ठीक है, तो कोर एग्रीकल्चर में नहीं जाना है हमें. तो आप इस तरीके से मल्टीपल क्वेश्चंस बना के यू कैन प्रैक्टिस इट. ओके तानिया, इफ यू हैव सिल्वर कोर्स then yes, I think see Tanya, right now if you are able to access these classes, so these classes will be available in the silver course, ठीक है, for you as you are able to watch them after notification. ठीक है, after notification I am not sure कि will you get classes for non merit section. Merit section की आपको classes सारी मिलेंगी, don't worry. करंट अफेयर, ARD, ESI, इसी क्लासेस आपको सारी मिलेंगी बिकॉज यू हैव द सिल्वर पैक. बट आफ्टर नोटिफिकेशन या मेरिट सेक्शन क्लासेस के लिए यू नीड टू कंफर्म दिस. ठीक है, एक बार इसको आप सपोर्ट टीम से कंफर्म कर लीजिए. ओके ओके हरिका, देखो वट एवर मटीरियल एड्यूटैप इज प्रोवाइडिंग, आई नेवर से एनी मटीरियल इज सफिशिएंट बिकॉज देर इज ऑलवेज स्कोप कि आपका जो एग्जामिनेशन है वहां पे ट्रेंड चेंज हो सकता है. ऑल्सो there can be few other topics, yeah, few topics out of your notification, out of your syllabus that can be there in your examination. So sufficient I would not say, but yeah, 60-70% coverage you will get from EduTap course. ठीक है, rest if you want to practice more, read something else after covering the material, you can go ahead with that. But I would say first try to stick to one resource, cover it completely, and then go for others. ठीक है, okay, thank you so much Ashu. Tanya, please you confirm this once with the support team. I'll also try to confirm, and if possible I'll give you answer today tomorrow. Okay, look today's class notes and okay, देखो यू हैव द कोर्स, आप कोर्स को ओपन कीजिए, आप थोड़ा सा कोर्स को एक्सप्लोर कीजिए. ARD सेक्शन में आपके पास नोट्स एवरीथिंग विल बी देयर, समरी शीट विल बी देयर, नोट्स विल बी देयर. ओके okay, you welcome Tanya, you welcome Harika. As the PDF is already uploaded in the course, so I think PDF. No, सी तृप्ति, PDF जो समरी शीट की है वो अपलोडेड है. जो अपलोड होने जा रहा है दैट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस पर्टिकुलर PPT. ओके, जिस PPT से मैंने आपको पढ़ाया है वो अपलोड अब होगा. ठीक है, रेस्ट आपकी समरी शीट नोट्स अपलोडेड है. ओके, thank you so much Tanya. Okay, now students, yes, that was about this class, this particular class. Now I just request you all, if you can send your feedback at this mail ID, which is our feedback at edutap.co.in. ठीक है, I'll just type this in the chat box also so that you don't have to type it. You can just copy paste it. ठीक है, feedback at edutap.co.in. ठीक है, please provide your feedbacks regarding this particular class, this particular session. ठीक है, whatever feedback you have, please provide it so that I can incorporate this in future classes. Also, I can get to understand and my team can also understand or get to know कि classes कैसी जा रही हैं. ठीक है, it should be fruitful for you at the end. ठीक है, now students, what I wanted to tell you here, वन मोर थिंग कि अब हमने ये सारी चीजें पढ़ ली हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल ऑल द ब्रांचेस ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर हमने यहाँ पे पढ़ लिया है, राइट। नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, अब आप जो करंट अफेयर पढ़ो, ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है कि करंट अफेयर नहीं पढ़ना है। आई वुड सजेस्ट कि जो ये क्लासेस चल रही हैं इसके साथ साथ आपके पास कोर्स है, कोर्स में करंट अफेयर की पीडीएफ्स हैं। करंट अफेयर की क्लासेस हो या ना हो अभी के लिए आप करंट अफेयर स्टार्ट कर दीजिए, स्पेसिफिकली आपका स्कीम्स पार्ट, ठीक है। तो देर आर सेवरल स्कीम्स, ठीक है, जैसे कि हॉर्टिकल्चर के लिए MIDH स्कीम है, ठीक है, सॉरी, द मिशन मिशन ऑफ फॉर इंटीग्रेटेड डेवलपमेंट ऑफ फॉर हॉर्टिकल्चर, राइट, ये स्कीम है। फॉरेस्ट्री के लिए स्कीम है, एनिमल हस्बेंड्री की स्कीम है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल राष्ट्रीय गोकुल योजना, ठीक है, राष्ट्रीय गोकुल स्कीम। देन देर इज अ फिशरी स्कीम, प्रधानमंत्री मत्स्य संपदा योजना, ठीक है। आप देख सकते हो आपके एग्रीकल्चर से रिलेटेड परंपरागत कृषि विकास योजना, ठीक है। जितनी भी आपकी एग्रीकल्चर से रिलेटेड स्कीम्स हैं, ठीक है, हमने ये सारा स्टैटिक पढ़ लिया है, एग्रोनॉमी क्या है, फिशरीज क्या है, फॉरेस्ट्री क्या है, एनिमल हस्बेंड्री क्या है, फिशरीज क्या है, हमने ये सब पढ़ लिया। अब इनसे रिलेटेड जितनी स्कीम्स है, जैसे कि मैंने एग्जांपल दी है आपको, इससे रिलेटेड ये जो स्कीम अगर आपकी स्कीम टैब डॉक्यूमेंट में है तो आप प्लीज उनको अभी से कवर करना शुरू कर दीजिए, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। इसीलिए मैं कह रही हूँ कि स्टैटिक और करंट अफेयर को साथ में लेके चलो, सो दैट आपके पास अच्छा कंटेंट हो टू राइट आंसर्स, एज वेल एज आपको चीजें होलिस्टिकली समझ आए, ठीक है। सो आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि आप करंट अफेयर या फिर जीए वाला पार्ट स्टार्ट कर दो अभी, आप वो एग्जामिनेशन से 2-3 महीने शुरू कर सकते हो, पहले शुरू कर सकते हो, बट स्कीम्स देखो, स्कीम्स इंपॉर्टेंट है, एग्रीकल्चर से रिलेटेड जितनी भी स्कीम्स हैं दे आर इंपॉर्टेंट, एनी वे यू हैव टू कवर इट, ठीक है। अभी से आप थोड़ा थोड़ा करके एक एक स्कीम पढ़ना शुरू कर दीजिए, लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल मनरेगा स्कीम इज देयर, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। देन वी हैव schemes for this परंपरागत कृषि विकास योजना, देन वी हैव मत्स्य संपदा योजना, ठीक है। ये स्कीम्स क्या हैं, कब लॉन्च हुई है, कौन सी मिनिस्ट्री ने लॉन्च की है, क्या की ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैं, प्लीज स्टूडेंट्स अभी से ही एक एक स्कीम पढ़ना शुरू कर दीजिए, ठीक है, सो दैट एट द एंड आपके पास ज्यादा बर्डन ना हो, ठीक है, और आपको चीजें अच्छे से समझ आए, क्लियर। So that's my that was the last thing that I wanted to tell you. And now if you have further question, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll end today's class. ठीक है, आज की क्लास आपकी ओवर हो चुकी है. If you want to leave, you can leave. Yeah. ओके, आपको करंट अफेयर किस मंथ से शुरू करना है? देखो, स्कीम्स के लिए आई वुड से स्पेसिफिकली एग्रीकल्चर के लिए अभी के लिए मैं कह देती हूँ कि एग्रीकल्चर आप अभी से पढ़ना शुरू कर दो, एग्रीकल्चर से रिलेटेड जो स्कीम्स आ रही हैं, ठीक है, स्कीम्स अभी से पढ़ लो। रेस्ट ईएसआई और ईएसआई आप अप्रैल से स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, ईएसआई करंट अफेयर। एंड जो आपका जनरल अवेयरनेस है, दैट इज द करंट ऐप मैगजीन जो आपको प्रोवाइडेड है, वो आप एग्जाम के 3 महीने पहले भी कवर करोगे, दैट विल बी सफिशिएंट, ठीक है। Okay, so I think there is no further queries. Thank you so much, guys. It was nice interacting with you all. So tomorrow I'll come with the next chapter. Okay, I request you all to please revise this one so that you understand thing and you can make best out of these class. ठीक है, रिविजन करोगे तभी इन क्लासेस का 100% यूटिलाइजेशन हो पाएगा। अभी आके कथा सुन के सिर्फ जाके सोना नहीं है, आप प्लीज उसको अच्छे से रिवाइज करो, प्रैक्टिस करो, ताकि आपका टाइमली जिस जो इस क्लासेस का ऑब्जेक्टिव है कि टाइमली आपका सिलेबस कंप्लीट हो जाए, वो एटलीस्ट अच्छे से हो जाए, राइट। ओके, यू वेलकम सिमरन, यू वेलकम संकेत, यू वेलकम इंशा, वेरी गुड। चलो, दैट्स ऑल अगेन। If you have any feedback, please share your feedback. I'll be happy to read all your feedbacks. Thank you so much.